So hello and welcome to Job Talks. Today we will talk about Wipro NLTH interview question and answer and with interview experiences. Okay, let's move on to interview questions. Before interview, please must view these coding questions for the following. First of all, let's take here. Write a program to palindrome for string and number. Second one is string reverse. कैसे करना है? Sum and average of all the number, prime number, Armstrong number, Fibonacci series, factorial number, and prime factor number. Such type of coding question will be asked on the interview. During the interview, they will ask the coding to write the code. Okay, so must view this question and answer. So let's move on and watch best technical interview question and answer of Wipro NLTH. Okay, let's see. The first is, tell me something about memory management of C. So we can manage memory by statically, automatically, or dynamically. Okay, so static duration variables are allocated in main memory. Automatic duration variables are allocated on the stack. Dynamic memory allocation, in which memory is more expertly managed typically, but allocating from the heap an area of memory structure for this purpose. So such type of the answer you have to give. Okay, next is, what are the function of operating system? These are the function of operating system: enabling startup application program, facilitating for the data comprehension, sorting, mixing, cataloging. Mainly it acts as an interface between the hardware and the user. Okay, who manages the computer hardware resources and provides the common services for the computer programs. And these are the examples: MS-DOS, Linux, Solaris, Mac operating system, Unix, Windows, which we are working. So next question is, what are the uses of IP address? First of all, IP address का full form होता है internet protocol address. Okay, these are the two basic principle who have to tell: host or interface, function, identification, location, addressing. First of all, I will tell you to take the screenshots of all the answer and the questions that may help you further. You can learn it. Okay, what is the difference between a unique and primary key constant? There is given. Unique constant is similar to the primary key, but you can have more than one unique constant per table. It means that you can have the one more unique constant table, but you can't have the one more primary key. Okay, you can have only one primary key. Such type of the answer you have to give. Next is, what are the steps involved in designing? So project plan, requirements, designing, coding, testing, recoding, and design, development, maintenance. Such type of the steps are involved in designing. Next question is, what are the difference between the interface and a multiple interface? So that's the answer you have to learn. I will not much define it. How can we delete duplicate row in a table? The answer is SQL delete from the table. Table name you have to give here, and these are the one you have to write these on the computer, and you will delete the duplicate row in the table. Okay, so next question is, when do you use a SQL profiler? SQL profiler utility allow you to basically track the connections to the SQL server and also determine the activities such as which SQL scripts are running and fail job, etc. So that's the answer. What do you mean by active and passive objects? That's the answer given. So what do you mean by static and dynamic modeling? Here is the answer given. So you have to answer it, and you can learn it definitely. Okay, I can't tell you and read, it will take a lot of time here. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Next question, what is program counter? Program counter holds the address of either the first byte of the next instruction to be fetched for the execution of the address. Okay, that's the answer. Next question is, benefits of stored procedures. Okay, that's the answer. There's the benefit, it reduced the client server traffic, efficient reuse of the code and programming abstraction, enhanced security control. Question number 13, is XML a case sensitive? Yes, it's a case sensitive, where uppercase and lowercase characters are treated differently. Okay, that's the important question of the XML. Okay, next was, what is a null object? And here's the answer. What is the property of the class? That's the answer given. And the next question was, does a class inherit the constructor of the super class? The class does not inherit the constructor from any part of the super classes. Okay, let's move on. What do you mean by stack and binding? That's from the data structure question. Next is, define precondition and the post condition to a member function. Here the answer is given. How can you sort the elements of the array in the descending order? From the three questions from the data structure. Okay, you will see question from different portion. What is polymorphism? That's very important. Polymorphism means the same code or operation or the objects behave differently in different contexts. Okay, and there are difference between C++ construct struct and C++ classes. That's important question for the IT students, and that's a question from the object oriented programming languages. Okay, next question, best interview experiences I will show you. There is given interview experience from the Amit Singh of NIT Durgapur का interview experience था, and the question asked in the technical interview with Amit, provide an algorithm to reverse a linked list without using recursion. Difference between C and C++, I have answered it earlier. What is the use of transponders? What are the different memories you know about, and which of them take the shortest access time? That's from the technical interview part. Next is HR interview. Give an instance in recent years where you showed your leadership skills. How do you define yourself, or introvert or extrovert? It's a personal answer. Do you plan for further study? What are the highest point of your what was the highest point of your college life? You can easily answer it. Next interview experience, Abhishek Singh of RBS College of Engineering, that's from Jharkhand. Okay, technical interview, what is a web server and what are the load limits in it? Devise a program to sort an array using bubble sort. What is piggybacking? Give an array of integer, devise a program to replace every element with the next greatest element on the right side of the array, and also replace the last element with 5 and there is no element on the right side of it. What is garbage value in Java? That's a very tough question has been asked there that time. That's the questions from the 2018, I think. Okay, technical interview, and these are the questions which asked in HR interview. What do you think is your greatest strength? Will you be comfortable in relocating? That means that you can work in another places in place of your home place. And next question was, Ajay can build a house in 16 days. Barry can do the same job in 12 days. With the help of Chintu, they did the job in 4 days only. How many days Chintu do the job? So you have to answer. That's the easy question. You can easily answer. And I will tell you to subscribe the channel. I will show you, give you such type of more interview questions of different companies off campus drive. Okay, thank you so much.